Coach, it was clear that your team brought the defensive intensity tonight. Curious what you liked on that side and what maybe wasn't there in the final quarter.
Yeah, I thought, the fourth quarter, we didn't do a good enough job of containing the ball. And they got into the paint for scores, or they got into the paint for kickouts. And that was problematic for us. So I thought early in the game, first three quarters we did a pretty good job of keeping them more on the perimeter and contesting shots. In the fourth quarter, they got a little loose.
The offense went through a bit of a cold spell down the stretch in that fourth quarter. It was a big reason why Indiana took that lead, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you see some common issues in this fourth quarter compared to some of the other times where the offense has gone slow, and how did you try to remedy that down the stretch?
I thought down the stretch that we had in the fourth quarter, last 5 minutes, we had too many empty possessions. We had a couple turnovers. We fouled. We got some good looks also that we just missed. So it was a combination of things that kind of put us into a little bit of a dry spell, and then go down on the other end, and we didn't get the stops. So that's kind of what happened.
Angela didn't play in the first quarter, then ended the game in foul trouble. Can you just talk about what went behind her minutes tonight?
Yeah. Well, she is dealing with some illness stuff, and so we kept her out, trying to make sure that she had the requisite energy to play.
You guys forced turnovers at a really high rate to start the game, and then Indiana kind of cleaned it up as the game went on. I guess, what did you guys see in film to kind of get off to that really strong defensive start, and what did they do to remedy that towards the end of the game?
I thought just our attention to detail, in terms of we wanted to pressure, we wanted to deny certain players touches, and I thought we had did a good job of that, as the game went along. They did a little bit more of running, in particular, Chesky running her off some pin down screens and stagger screens, and she got a little bit loose because of that. And she's a good player, and she just got loose.
I came here late, so apologies if somebody asked already, but down the stretch, what happened? Because you guys were leading for most of the game. Yeah,
down the stretch, we had a few too many turnovers. We had some good looks that just didn't go down. And they turned those turnovers and they turned those misses into points on their end.
Coach, we saw the emotion there from Zakar Perkins especially. She brought the energy early. I could see the emotion when she got fouled out. Can you speak to that, the emotion that her and some of her teammates were feeling?
Yeah, I think, they were feeling pretty, they love this place, and I think they were feeling pretty good about the way that, we started the game, and just was disappointed. Zakar was disappointed in the foul and her not being able to be out there to finish the game, because she felt like she could have helped us finish the game. I think all of the players felt that same way.
Big Ten tournament chances pretty much mathematically eliminated. You got one game left. I guess what goes in, I know this one just ended, but what goes into that last game where this is kind of it in the regular season and no postseason?
Yeah. It doesn't change in terms of you want to show up at your best no matter what the situation is, no matter what the circumstances are. We represent Rutgers. We represent Rutgers women's basketball. So we are going to show up and give our best effort and finish the game, finish the season, giving our best effort. And that doesn't change regardless of whatever the circumstances are. That doesn't change.
Lack of NIL support has been an issue for teams across this athletic department this year, and I imagine your team was no different. How much did that impact your struggles this season, and how confident are you that this program, this upcoming offseason, will have more resources to work with?
Well, I'm absolutely thrilled that the new administration has recognized that we're in this space, and whether you agree with it or not, how you feel about it doesn't matter. As a coach, you want to be in a position where you can put a team out there that and have the resources to put a team out there that can compete. And so I'm 100% fully confident in our new administration that not only that they understand it and recognize it, but they're doing the work to make it possible. It's not just enough to say that you understand it. You have to, you have to put the work behind it, and that's what our athletic department is doing. They're putting the work, the human resources behind it, the financial resources behind us, so that we can be across the board, every sport, we can be competitive in the Big Ten. Every one of our coaches wants to compete for Big Ten championships, every single one of us. And we know that we have to have the resources to do that. And we have an administration now that is committed to that and committed to giving us the chance to be out there and to field teams that can be competitive. That makes a huge difference. And so I'm excited that Kelly Zinn and the rest of the administration understand that and are working their tails off to provide that for me and for all the coaches in this department.